Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the show Batman, the 1960s television show. More specifically, we're going to be talking about Art Carney and the villain that he played on the show in 2 episodes. He played the villain, of course, Archer, and these 2 episodes are called Walk the Straight and Narrow, as well as Shoot a Crooked Arrow. Now before we get into anything, I want to thank you so much for choosing the video and choosing my channel overall. I have many videos on the Batman TV show as well as many other classic shows, so make sure to look at my Rick9G playlist. Just type it in to YouTube and you should be able to see all my videos. Let's get right into it. As mentioned, Art Carney was cast as the villain, the Archer. Then there were many other minor characters in the role, beginning with Maid Marilyn, played by Barbara Nichols, Crier Tuck, a play off of the name Friar Tuck, as well as Big John, which is a play off of Little John, and so forth down the line. I won't talk about all the minor characters, but I will mention that this was the only appearance of the villain Archer in this 2-part series, and that's very interesting. There's a real reason for it, and I want to talk a little bit about it. I mean, Art Carney was a fantastic actor. He was pretty much a legend in the 50s, by just making a few episodes, 30 odd some, with Jackie Gleason being the co-star of The Honeymooners, of course. And so he was well known, he was chosen for this part, and they knew what they were doing when they were casting him. Or did they? And that is because some of the people didn't really agree with him being cast on the show. We can look at a few of the excerpts, one being the writer of the show, one of the writers. His name was Stanley Ralph Ross. He actually had a very drastic opinion, and that is that Art Carney was miscast in this part. Again, being miscast in a part doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad actor, they're a bad person, nothing like that. It just means they aren't the right look, feel, and energy for the character. And so this is very interesting. He said, "I thought Art Carney was completely miscast for the part. I would have preferred someone else in the lines of Fernando Lamas as the Archer." Now, Fernando Lamas, he did a lot of work, a lot of romantic movies and so forth. He even appeared in one of the I Love Lucy hour-long episodes. And I don't know, I think he would have had a different type of presence on the show. I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Fernando Lamas as the Archer? I think he would have been a little bit more commanding. He would have been a little bit more, I don't know, that gusto, that feeling of, wow, there's a little bit of villainy in him. Not that Art Carney didn't bring that, but even if he played the part straight, which he did, there was a comedic part to him which made him not as menacing, not as dreadful, that I think Fernando Lamas could bring a little more into that. So I want to know your thoughts. As I mentioned, continuing on with what Mr. Ross said, he thought that Art Carney was in fact too stiff, and his portrayal of the character was not in fact what they wanted. And so they even told him, why don't you just imitate Cary Grant? That's kind of the feel that we want. And in fact he did. He imitated him, and for many people they couldn't even tell, according to Ross, that he was imitating Cary Grant. I don't know how many of you picked up on that. And now looking at someone else, dialogue coach Milton Stark, he said that he had a personal connection on set with Art Carney, and that is offset just right outside in between filming scenes. Now, of course, he was his dialogue coach and he had to coach him with his lines and just make sure the delivery was great. However, Art Carney opened up to him a little bit, and he could see that he was sad. Something was happening in Art Carney's personal life that was kind of interfering with the energy, with the aura of what was going on. So, in fact, he went to his dressing room to help him out, and Art Carney answered him by saying, "I hope you don't mind, I just don't feel up to it at the moment. I'm comfortable, I know the lines, I'll call you when I'm ready." And this was really interesting because when they said action, dialogue coach said, wow, he noticed right in that second as he got in front of the camera, he was turned on. He was immediately in that part. He was doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He was like a racehorse when they hear the bell and they go for it. It's amazing. So you have here 2 differing opinions. I want to know your thought. Do you think he was cast in this part well or miscast? I'd love to read your comments down below. If you like videos just like this, behind the scenes drama, behind the scenes info, historical facts on these television shows, just let me know in the comments below and hit that thumbs up button. I know a lot of you out there watch a lot of my videos and are not yet subscribed. you should really subscribe. It does help out my channel. It's the biggest way to show support, and that's the only way that I could reach 100,000. It's been a goal of mine for 6 years, and I think we could get there very, very close. It's absolutely free, and you'll definitely put a smile on my face. We'll see you next time, guys and gals, and don't forget, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my Diamond tier patrons, Gary N., David D., Paul T., and Ricky. If you want to be named here in the credits, make sure to look at the link in the description, and you'll be able to receive more exclusive giveaways only on Patreon. We'll see you next time.